Hello, adventurers! My name is Chance, welcome to my spellbook, and thank you so much for taking a look at the 52nd episode in our background series. Today, we're gonna be going over the Uthgardt tribe member background found in the Sword Coast Adventures Guide. This one's pretty interesting because it's kind of like a literal call out to the barbarian. Really weird, really interesting, and if your DM's flexible enough, you can make this really about any tribe, so it's really cool. If this is the first of the background videos you're watching, or if you haven't seen all of them quite yet, please click on that little eye icon up top, or wait until the end of the video and click on one of the end cards if you'd like to watch the full playlist. Now, without further ado, let's take a moment and dive into the Uthgardt tribe member's description here. Though you might have only recently arrived in civilized lands, you are no stranger to the values of cooperation and group effort when striving for supremacy. You learn these principles and much more as a member of the Uthgardt tribe, which are really just a tribe of really just barbarians that believe in totems and all that good stuff, and they follow the old ways. There's a ton of different barbarian tribes out there, so feel free to substitute as needed. Now let's move on to its mechanics. Under skill proficiencies, you get both athletics and survival, which are both super useful, especially out in the wilderness. Under tool proficiency, you gain one type of musical instrument or one artisan's tools. Feel like artisan's tools are probably going to be more useful from a mechanical standpoint, however, flavor-wise, the choice is up to you. You'll also gain access to one language of your choice, preferably the language spoken by the locals of your clan. Now let's take a look at your equipment. The hunting trap, which is super nice, basically provides you relatively low damage, but the ability to remove enemies' movement. Very nice stuff. You also gain a tomic token, or set of tattoos, a set of traveler's clothes, and a pouch containing 10 GP. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the hunting trap, we've gone over it in a couple other episodes already, but for the sake of completion, I'll address it here. You place it on a ground, and you fix it with a chain to an immovable object, or spike it into the ground. When a creature steps on the plate, they must succeed on a DC 13 dexterity saving throw, or take 1d4 piercing damage and stop moving. Thereafter, the creature's kind of relegated to that location or within whatever the chain permits, and they must make a DC 13 strength check as an action to release itself, or another creature can use its action to attempt and release as well. However, with each failed check, it deals 1 piercing damage to the trapped creature. This works really well alongside poisons as well, which is really interesting. Now let's move on to its feature here. This one is called Uthgardt Heritage, and you are familiar enough with any wilderness area that you find twice as much food and water as you normally would when you forage there. In addition, you can call upon the hospitality of your people. Now, I got a couple bones to pick over this. First and foremost, there are a ton of backgrounds we've already gone over that overshadow this in almost every way, providing food, water, and safety. In addition to that, this does take away a little bit from the Druid and the Ranger's class-based abilities. However, my biggest gripe is that it's relegated to the hospitality of your people, and if you traveled away from them intentionally, you're likely not going to receive all that much benefit from this feature. Although I suppose you could tweak it in several ways to make it a little bit more prevalent at all levels of play. However, without changing the way your world is built, I don't see a lot of easy ways of doing that. In any case, let's take a moment and go over its suggested characteristics, or at least the ones I chose for this example. For personality trait, I am driven by a wanderlust that led me away from home. Under ideal, glory, I must earn glory in battle for myself and my clan, and this pertains to really any alignment. Under bond, it is my duty to provide children to sustain my tribe, and under flaw, there is no room for caution when lived life to the fullest. Now, if you can't tell, what I was going for here was a barbarian. It kind of lends itself to that style of play, especially when you factor in the musical instrument element of this, alongside the tomic token or tattoos, whichever one you go for. The barbarian is an interesting multi-class. I've seen them done to various effectivenesses over the years. Lots of utility with them, which is certainly nice, and decent survivability as well. In any case, let's get into my personal thoughts. I got a couple bones of contention with the Uthgardt tribe member, primarily focused around their feature, but looking at them objectively, aside from that, they are quite good. The skill proficiencies are really nice when you're dealing with more wilderness-based combat and survival situations. The ability to pick an artisan's tool of your choice is really nice from a mechanical end, and the ability to gain a musical instrument is really nice from a thematic angle. One language of your choice is always nice, and just having the hunting trap in general is great. But once again, that feature I find does drag this background quite far down. Although, who knows, you may have a different outlook, or based on the way your world's built, this might actually be the most useful feature out of any background. That being said, let me know what you think of the Uthgardt tribe member down beneath in the comment section. Be sure to mention any thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns you have regarding them, as well as any cool ideas or stories you may have. That being said, if you'd like to gain access to a free one-shot, please feel free to do so by going over to the guild hall and using code WELCOME. And as always, I hope you all have a great day and happy adventuring!